Hello everyone, welcome to new video on difference between heritage human services and client-side human service. Heritage human services refers to the old way of integrating human tasks with BPM, that is old BPM UI. But client-side human services introduced in the newer version of IBM BPM, which aims to streamline and improve the user experience. Here is the sum of the major difference you can see in the screen. Heritage Human Services supports for desktop process designer as well as web process designer. So that nothing but we can open the Heritage Human Services in the desktop process designer as well as web process designer. But client-side human services we can open in only in the web process designer, but we can't open these services in the desktop process designer. Okay. Heritage human services are executed in the BPM server, so where client-side human services are executed in the web browser. Okay. So whenever we need a data from the server, so we will call the Ajax services, okay, from the client-side human services to get the data. Okay. So if we don't need a data from the server, then there won't be any calls to the server. That nothing but all the client-side human services will be executed in the web browser. Okay. So we have an old event called collaboration event. Okay. So this collaboration events will be supported in the client heritage human services, whereas this event won't be supported in the uh, client-side human services. Okay. And also the next one is a theme. Okay. So we have many themes are available. By default, there will be a IBM BPM themes will be available. Okay, so IBM BPM theme uh, will be supported for both heritage human services as well as the client-side human services. Okay, and also we can create a customized themes which will support for both heritage human services and as well as client-side human services. Okay. And the script part, so for Heritage Human Services, we'll use the server scripts. Uh, it uses the server script syntax. Okay, but client-side human services will use a standard JavaScript syntax. Okay, let's comes to the last difference, which is nested service support. Heritage Human Service will support for Heritage Human Service nested services, whereas client-side human service will support for client-side human service nested services. Okay, client services we can't use in the nested heritage human services. Also like nested heritage human services we can't use in the client-side human services. Okay, that's all about this video. So thanks for watching. If you enjoy this video, don't forget like, share and subscribe.